back to Worship Guitar Academy. I'm your instructor, Patrick, and let's talk about something very important. A lot of people struggle with their chord changes. If you do not have smooth, fast chord changes, then you're struggling to play the rhythms correctly. You're going to be struggling to just keep up with the song, right? So, what you want to do is isolate two chords and focus on just those two. And we do this exercise called 1 minute changes. So this is how it goes. Let's take the chord G and C add 9, for example. So if you're an absolute beginner, you may need to take your time to find all the notes on the guitar. So if we're doing a G chord, you want to put your pinky on the third fret of the E string, your ring finger on the third fret of the B string, your index finger, second fret of the A, and then your middle finger, third fret of the E string. That's your G chord. And then to switch to C at 9, you can keep your pinky and your ring finger in the same place. And then you can bring down your index finger down to the second fret of the D string. And then your middle finger drops down to the third fret of the A string. That is a C add 9 chord. And it has the same shape as G. Look, we're just moving the index and the middle down. Okay? So honestly, this is one of the easier chord changes. And this is the place where you want to start because most of the songs that we're going to play in these modules have this chord transition in it. It's not just enough to know where to put your fingers. You also need to be able to transition between the chords, and we're going to isolate it. So I like to do an exercise called 1 minute changes where I put a timer on for 1 minute and then we change the chord back and forth and we count the successful chord changes. So, for example, I'm going to set a timer for 10 seconds. So, after 10 seconds, we'll see how many chord changes I have. I'm going to just go nice and easy. All right, so we have G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. Okay, so I got about 8 and 10 seconds. And you're going to do that for a minute straight. And you're going to see how many you can do. So just call out the number every successful change. So you might start off really slow. You might only get 5 the first time. You might get 15. I've seen students do all different types of numbers, but the key is that you return to this exercise and you do it on a daily basis. It is the lowest commitment. We're talking 1 minute, 1 minute, 60 seconds to drastically change your ability to play guitar. Just one focused minute. That's why we put a timer on. And then you track it. You give yourself a number so you know how you did. So the next time you do it, you can beat that number. And from my experience, 20 chord changes within a minute is a good place to be. It's when you're going to start finally be able to change the chords fast enough in a song. So have a go at that. G to C at 9. But you don't have to just use those chords. So let's say the next chord in the song is C at 9 to D. So I'm just changing C at 9 to D. Let's say the chord is going to be A minor to F, right? So you just want to practice just that transition. And you might need to just play one string at a time, one finger at a time, especially if you're learning bars. But the goal is to improve your speed each time you do it. And lastly, another thing that you want to also try is pick out the strings. Make sure you're getting them all to ring. If you hear your fingers are not in the best place. So make sure that your left hand is angled. I like to curve my wrist and get an arc. You should be arched above the strings. right? You don't want to have flat fingers. You want to have that arch. And my last bit of advice is to build your chords from the high E string up. So if you have a chord that starts on the first fret of the E string, put that finger down first, and then pinky will go on the B string, and middle will go on the G string, and so forth, like that. But the idea is to start from the bottom and work your way up. Eventually, your goal, after playing for many years, to be quite frank, you will start to just move your fingers together and not need to move individually. But you first need to build up the muscles to be able to do that. So, yeah, the most important exercise of your life, I'm telling you. But anyway, yeah, so have a go at that chord changing exercise. I promise you that is going to be the best thing you can do for your chord playing.